Welcome back, everybody. This is My Journey 4K. We are back in IMSA in the Dallara P217. Let's get into it. Looks like we're starting this race in P3 today. Strength of the field is a 2173. We're coming into this race with a 1661 rating. Ooh, cars sliding, going off track behind us. Spinning and there's a ruckus back there. This is multi-class racing, but it's a pretty small field today. We have one hypercar and the LMP2 class, which we're in. And then we have some GT3s on track, but not very many. Most of the field is LMP2 right now. There's about 9 or 10 entries in the class. Looks like we're still third in our class. We have a fairly clear track in front of us right now. The cars in front of us are driving away, but still battling. The car behind is back there, but about a second behind. Ooh, sliding coming out of that corner. That lost us a little bit of time, probably. Here at Fuji in the rain, you can try and do a fuel saving strategy as the car behind the rain sort of slows you down almost enough to save enough fuel to get all the way to the end without needing to make a pit stop. I don't think that's our strategy here. I'm pretty sure we're going to come in at normal time. We can go nearly the whole race, though, without needing to make our stop. Within the last 1 or 2 laps or so is when the pit window will close. It has opened already. The window's open. We could put if we wanted it. We could get fuel and how clear the track is in front of us right now, I don't think we need to do that. We're still losing a little bit of time to number 1 and 2 there. Car behind is not closing in on us very quickly. Looks like we're starting to catch the GT3 field now. Not very many cars in the GT3 field today. That was third place in their class that we just passed. Ooh, they're getting a little sideways, slowing down the car behind us. Good for us. Looks like we're starting to run some faster laps now. Car behind getting a little loose there in that straight, but they did hold on to it. Not too far back still, they're kind of maintaining that gap. We can see first and second there, still not too far in front of us either, but we are not gaining time on them for sure. Not for a lack of trying anyway. A lot of cars hanging in there behind us right now. This is a pretty strong field. Not the highest rated here for sure. Looks like a little bit of a lockup there, getting slightly loose. Not losing a whole lot of time. It seems like we're still holding on to it. Still running third in our class. Pretty clear track still in front of us. We're going to try and wait to pit till near the end, I think. Another GT3 car here, moving far off to the side. The LMP2 car behind is close enough now that there's enough spray. It's hard for them to see. You could see them pull off so they could get a better view of where they were. By pull off, I mean pull off the racing line. Looks like we may have gained a tiny amount of time in that last couple laps from the car behind. It is still a pretty close gap between us right now. I do not see first and second very close anymore. They're starting to get away from us. With this sort of strength of field, I kind of expected it. The rain is sort of new to us here. I'm pretty sure these are our first races in the rain at Fuji. I really learned to like the rain here at Fuji, but then I sort of dislike it almost everywhere else. I guess I grew used to it here because it almost always rains when we come to this track. Car behind closed up on us a bit here in this lap. I didn't see too big of a mistake or anything. Maybe they just pulled some pace out of their... A little squirrely there. They're really pushing it to try and get up to us or by us. You can tell they want it pretty bad. Currently sitting on the final podium spot, third in our class. We're going to see if we can't break the trap a little bit. Looks to the inside here at this corner, turn one. I think we had a better exit on that main straight there and gained a tiny bit of time back. And they gained on us through these corners last lap. We'll see if we can't keep that gap or not. It's been a really close battle all race long, within a second. Since we're the number 6 car and they're the number 5 car, it says the rating is higher than ours, but we don't know by how much. Coming up to another GT3 car here. Their field is really spread out by now. So pretty much it's all about getting by each individual car. We're going to flash our lights. They're going to pull far to the outside as we're battling for third. Trying to keep it. We did start the race in third. It looks like the rain has let up slightly in some of these spots and then not in others. It looks a little drier through these corners. In a lot of these races, the rain is meant to be a bit dynamic, and we're going to see differences in how much rain is on track and is coming down in each race when we see it. Car behind has closed the gap to just a few tenths of a second now. Looking to keep third place. Don't know for how much longer we can, though. They've been slowly closing on us in the last couple laps. Behind nose to tail with us, running in the 135 last lap. Pulled up high to possibly go defensive. We're now going to just drop back down to the racing line. They're going to pull up into the pits. a little bit early. We've got some time still. Still in third. No longer feeling the pressure from behind now that we pulled into the pits. That's pretty good for us. We won't need to make our stop for another 10 minutes or so. I think we have for the pit window. Maybe slightly longer. There was an LMP2 car behind us that we could see. I think something happened. They dropped back quite a bit now. It's very hard to see the car behind us. You can see him coming out of that final corner finally. Several seconds behind us, and I'm wondering if those cars going in turn one is the first place and second place car in the class. GT3 car just ahead. That's second place in the GT3 class, but we're catching an LMP2 here. Let's see what place they're in. I don't know if that was one of the lead cars that made a mistake there or not. That is a lapped LMP2 there. Not for second or first, unfortunately for us. But we are still in third. Got a little while before the pit window closes. You can see the rain is still coming down in spots. I think it's a spotty rain now. Looks like a bit of sun shining through the clouds here and there. Track's gotten a little brighter. That might dry it up a little more for us. Maybe we can run some faster laps in the end here. See, on the front stretch it does look a little clearer, but there's a lot of spray still coming up. just around 25 minutes into the race, about 10 remains. How many laps we do will depend on where the leader is when time expires. Looks like we're getting a drying track now. We should be able to run decent lap times. Not a lot of rain over here. Let's see, our windshield isn't even wet anymore. Turning off our wipers. Well, I think it stopped raining for now, but I don't think it'll stay that way. We'll probably see more, although if we don't, that will be a benefit to us. We might be stopping to get slicks for the last bit of this, so we could put some real lap times down. Starting to catch a GT3 car now. Saw a little bit of raindrops coming down, and then now we're in the spray. We're going to turn on our wipers again. We'll see once we get clear if that just clears up again for us, or if it's continuing to come down. You can see it's raining over here. Again, it did dry the track up for us a little bit, but probably not coming back on the slicks though. Looks like we're coming in for our pit stop now. It is a pretty difficult pit entry here when it's raining. Our behind has also chosen to come in and pit. We're still a few seconds ahead of them. Pretty sure we're going to stay on our rain tires here because it started to rain again. We still have our windshield wipers on. We are getting a new set of tires. I don't know if we made a mistake there. It looks like we took wet tires again. We might have forgotten to change that. I'm trying to heat them up now, you can see. So it's waving there. Well, it looks like we're a few seconds behind the car in front of us now. Down to 6th in our class. There's probably still some cars to make the pit stop. That is not the end of the pit window yet. It'll be at the end of this lap or the next one. Looks like at the moment we're still 6th in our class. Maybe closing in on the car in front in 5th. We have fresher tires. I'm not sure if we just forgot to clear the tires and tell them not to change them, or if they were starting to heat up from the track drying up. Things have gotten a lot more cloudy. The rain's coming down again. The track's starting to get wet and pool up again. It is spotty rain though, so you can see some clear areas and some not. GT3 car in front of us making the pit stop. I think we got one stop back at least. Still says we're in 6th in our class. Not a lot of time remaining in the race. It is expiring now or soon, and I don't know what GTP Hypercar leader is. Whoa, what happened there? We have a GT3 car that just popped up way off track. Did they end up hitting the car in front of us? I can see a hypercar a little bit behind us, I think. If I remember correctly, there is only one. Whoa! LMP2 car coming in way off track. Diving in front of us, nearly hitting us. There is only one GTP car in this class, in this field, I think. Oh, we're going to come in contact. Lose a little control there. Sending us off track. We did gain that position. We're going to keep it. There's the leader behind us. Their race is going to be over now. One more lap to go. Stay far on the outside there. It looks like we're up to 4. Oh, that was the end of the race. All right. We started this race in third and we finished fourth. Our rating went from a 1661. We gained 28 points. We're up to a 1689 now. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next time.